High above the shimmering blue waters of the Mediterranean, Lufthansa Flight 477 cruised towards Seville, a symphony of metal and fuel sailing effortlessly through the azure expanse. In the cockpit, Captain Schmidt excused himself for a routine bathroom break, leaving his first officer, a seasoned pilot with years of experience, at the helm. Minutes ticked by, the hum of the engines a constant lullaby. Then, without warning, the symphony faltered. The first officer, his face contorting in pain, slumped in his seat. His hand, gripping the control column, went limp. The unimaginable had happened. A medical emergency had struck at 30,000 feet, leaving the Airbus A321, with over 200 souls on board, utterly pilotless. 10 minutes, an eternity in a crisis. For 10 long minutes, the sophisticated systems of the A321, operating flawlessly on autopilot, masked the silent drama unfolding in the cockpit. The passengers, oblivious to the invisible hand guiding their fate, continued with their in-flight routines, their lives hanging precariously in the balance. Meanwhile, Captain Schmidt found himself locked out of his own cockpit. His repeated attempts to re-enter were met with the chilling silence of his incapacitated co-pilot. Alarm bells shrieked in his mind, each unanswered knock on the cockpit door amplifying the urgency. The clock was ticking. The incident aboard Lufthansa Flight 477 throws into sharp relief the aviation industry's growing reliance on automation. Autopilot systems, once relegated to easing pilot workload, have become so sophisticated that they can, for a limited time, maintain an aircraft's flight path with minimal human intervention. This reliance on technology begs the question, how much is too much? While the autopilot system on Flight 477 performed flawlessly, buying precious time, the incident exposes the inherent vulnerability of a system that, for all its sophistication, cannot replicate the judgment and adaptability of a trained human pilot. Disturbingly, the Lufthansa incident is not an isolated event. In January of 2024, a Lufthansa captain collapsed shortly after takeoff from Miami, leaving his co-pilot to handle an emergency landing. In another chilling echo, a Turkish Airlines pilot tragically died mid-flight in 2024, highlighting the ever-present yet often overlooked vulnerability of human health at altitude. These incidents, along with the 2019 Jet 2 emergency landing prompted by a pilot's fainting spell, paint a sobering picture of an industry grappling with the unpredictable nature of human physiology. The most unsettling aspect of the Lufthansa incident is the silent and sudden nature of the first officer's incapacitation. While the cause is still under investigation, the incident underscores the need for more rigorous and frequent pilot health screenings. The current system, reliant on annual checkups for pilots under 40 and biannual checks for older pilots, may not be enough to detect underlying conditions that could manifest suddenly in flight. The aviation industry must prioritize the implementation of more comprehensive health monitoring, including EKGs for cardiac risk assessment and neurological evaluations for seizure disorders. Beyond health screenings, the Lufthansa incident necessitates a re-evaluation of cockpit safety protocols. The Spanish investigative report, released in May 2025, strongly recommends that the European Union Aviation Safety Agency, or EASA, review existing procedures for single-pilot situations. The report highlights the potential need for mandating 2 pilots in the cockpit at all times, a measure already in place in some countries. This 2-pilot rule, while adding an additional layer of redundancy, would require airlines to address staffing and training challenges. For all the talk of autopilot systems and safety protocols, the human factor remains paramount in aviation safety. The incident aboard Flight 477 serves as a stark reminder that even in our age of advanced technology, it is the skill, judgment, and quick thinking of human pilots that can mean the difference between a near miss and a catastrophe. The industry must invest in robust training programs that emphasize crew resource management, communication skills, and emergency preparedness, ensuring that pilots are equipped to handle the unexpected. As details of the Lufthansa incident continue to emerge, the flying public is left grappling with unsettling questions about the safety of air travel. The incident has shaken the public's faith in the infallibility of technology and highlighted the inherent risks associated with human fallibility at 30,000 feet. The aviation industry faces a critical challenge to restore public trust by demonstrating a steadfast commitment to transparency, accountability, and unwavering safety standards. The terrifying 10 minutes aboard Lufthansa Flight 477 serve as a wake-up call for the aviation industry. This incident, a stark reminder of the fragility of human life and the ever-present potential for disaster, demands a comprehensive and unflinching examination of pilot health, safety protocols, and the limits of automation. The industry must respond with decisive action, embracing innovation, strengthening regulations, and prioritizing the safety of every passenger who takes to the skies. The future of aviation depends on it.